Hi there! Today we're going to be unboxing a new Sculpey machine. This is my old one. I've had it for about 3 years and it's a great bit of kit if you're a regular polymer clay user or if you're planning to be doing a bit of experimentation with polymer clay. I'd really recommend you get one of these machines because polymer clay can be really hard on the hands. This one's kind of giving up the ghost. Which isn't surprising. I've used it pretty much every day for the last 3 years that I've had it. I'll explain more why it's given up the ghost as we go on. But just to let you know, I'm planning to do 2 videos. This one will be unboxing and setting up, just so you know what to expect if you're going to order one. And in my next video, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting the Sculpey Clay Conditioner with a really cheap and locally sourced pasta rolling machine that I got, as I needed to have some kind of machine while I've been waiting for this one as it's come over from the US. So I'm going to be looking at the differences between the two if you're planning to look at alternatives for Sculpey. Okay, so here we have the box straight out of its Amazon package. And as we open it up, the first thing we have is a set of instructions, but you know, never can be bothered to look at these things, so I'll leave that to the side. So here we have the unit itself, and with that there's a couple of pieces too, so we'll just take that out of its wrapping. As mentioned, I bought this piece from Amazon and it cost £37 if I remember correctly. That was with import duty included, as I believe you can only get them from the US, so that was sent in. So here we have the handle that attaches in, or should attach in. It does go in quite easily actually, so yeah, there we go. And here's the attachment piece for you to attach your clay conditioning machine to a table. But the really annoying thing about these attachments, they're not very deep, so I'm not able to attach my machine to my IKEA bit of furniture here. And it's not hugely deep, so you know, it's a bit annoying. So I'm just removing the unit that I've been using for a couple of weeks, and it's just a typical pasta rolling machine. A lot heavier by comparison, but I'll cover this more in my second video. I'll do a compare and contrast between this and the Sculpey unit, which may be of interest to you. So I'll give this a good clean out. You'll find that wherever you use your clay conditioning machine, that little pieces of polymer clay will fly off. So I'm just going to attach my clay conditioning machine to my IKEA unit here. It's not ideal because it does make the unit shake, but as I've mentioned, until I get hold of a separate attachment piece, perhaps they do them longer in hardware stores. To be honest, I've not looked, but I might do that. In the meantime, I'll just attach it here to my IKEA units. It just screws on, it's really easy, just takes a little bit of time. So I've noticed this time around Sculpey hasn't provided a sheath to put over the handle, which is a shame because it's a lot nicer on the hands, so I'm just going to reuse my old one here. You'll see there's a dial on the end of the unit here, and it has a series of numbers, and those numbers really correlate to the thickness or thinness of clay that you're after. The higher the setting, the thinner your clay will be. And I tend to use just the number 1 setting mainly, as I use my machine really for conditioning clay rather than using sort of thin sheets of clay. So now that it's set up, I'm just going to run through some old pieces of polymer clay just to clean off any debris that might be on the machine. It's always a good idea to run through some clay before you do any project work really. So it's all set up and I'm really happy with my purchase, and I'll be back in part 2 to look at the differences between the Sculpey machine and a pasta rolling machine. Oh, I just remembered I was going to tell you about my old Sculpey units and why I had to get a new one. And I don't know whether you can see easily here, but there's a piece of metal underneath one of the rollers that's warped. So it's catching on the clay as it's been rolled through, so it's kind of rendered it a bit sort of useless now. You'll see here the new machine, the rollers are completely free of anything sticking out, so But you know, after 3 years, I'm not complaining. It's been a valuable piece of kit, and I'm pleased with my new one.